Kicho manussya patilabho kiccang maccana jivitang kiccang saddhamma savanang kicho buddhanang uppadoti. Dear devotees, this is a saying of the Buddha, where he mentioned that there are four things in this world which is very, very rare, very difficult to gain, to achieve. When we consider these 4 points the Buddha has mentioned in his teaching, we can understand the nature of human life, the nature of the Dhamma that exists in this world, and the difficulty of leading a human life, and the difficulty of appearance of a Samma Sambuddha. All the other things are very common. We can see, we can witness almost every day. But these 4 things are very, very rare. Today I returned from Australia and New Zealand. I spent 1 month and 10 days. Almost every day I had to give religious talks in Sydney, Canberra, Melbourne, Perth in Australia, and New Zealand, Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch. I have met various Buddhist groups, Chinese, Sri Lankan, Thais, Burmese, Vietnamese, Cambodian, Laos, Indians, Japanese, Koreans, Tibetans, and local Buddhists, Australians. It's very interesting. Last night I gave a talk in Perth, organized by a Sai Baba group, because local people here informed all the other centers, Sydney, Melbourne, and New Zealand, and Perth. So they organized public talks. There were more Australian than others. Last week I have been staying in a temple in Perth, which was a church few years ago. The Buddhist Society bought this church and the priest quarters and converted into a Buddhist center. When you visit Australia and New Zealand, you can see churches are available for sale everywhere. People do not want to go and pray or worship. They are not interested in religion, especially their own religion that they had. Melbourne Buddhist Society, when I was there, I gave a few talks in 3 Buddhist centers and 3 universities, Melbourne and again in Sydney University, New South Wales University, and public libraries where more Australians attended these religious talks. The Melbourne Buddhist Society in Victoria is searching a suitable place, and they are also going to buy a church for about $800,000. I have seen for more than 10 churches almost empty. Nobody wants to go there. I heard the Christian population gone down to 16% in Australia. In England, 15%. In Italy, 40%. America, less than 40%. Many people like to remain without any religion. But it is very easy to introduce Buddhism. I had radio interviews and newspapers, and those who interviewed me are Christians. They are very understanding Christians. They are tolerant and understanding, and how they respect other religions. What they have written in the newspaper, what they announce in radio. I had an interview about my book, How to Live Without Fear and Worry. Next day, so many people started visiting our Buddhist center and asking this book. So unfortunately, we could not carry enough books. We have taken, I think, 5 to 6 boxes, mostly free booklets. Within 2 or 3 weeks, all disappear, no more. Even just now, I received a telephone call from Australia asking me to send as much as possible booklets and some other books. People come and ask. So it clearly shows there is no difficulty to introduce the teachings of the Buddha. People have learned to appreciate. One who interviewed me asked a very sensitive question. He asked, why Buddhism appealed to the people in the West? What is that extraordinary characteristics in Buddhism which convince their mind to accept, to appreciate Buddhism? Then I told them, not only Buddhism, if people really practice the teachings of the founders of all these existing religions, Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, any religion. In every religion we can find very practical, meaningful teaching. But unfortunately, people do not practice. People do not follow their great teachers' advice. But why people like Buddhism? Because Buddhists do not adopt any aggressive method to introduce Buddhism. Buddhists do not ridicule or condemn the existing of other religions. Buddhists can tolerate the existence of other religions. But unfortunately, many other religionists cannot tolerate the existence of other religions. That may be the reason why people like Buddhism. So this is very encouraging. When they perform some religious service, to get rid of one human weakness like jealousy, what about the other weaknesses? So we have to cultivate life after life, life after life. Then when complete perfection, purity, knowledge and wisdom appear, then that person can become a Buddha. That is why Buddhas are very rare. These are the four things. It is very difficult to become a human being. It is very difficult to lead a real human life, and difficult to listen to the real teachings of the Dhamma taught by the Buddha, and difficult to see the Samma Sambuddha. And we are very fortunate. Today we are human beings. When we compare our life with others, we are not that bad. Because others are more cruel, more dangerous, more vulgar, and more dangerous. So we are not that bad. So we are leading some sort of peaceful religious life. Again we have the opportunity to listen to the Dhamma. Although 100% not pure, we get the chance to listen to the Dhamma taught by the Buddha. Again, when you compare your life with other unfortunate human beings who are mad, who are blind, who are dumb and crippled and mentally retarded, so you are very fortunate in that respect. Again, there are many who never think of a religion, religious way of life. They have wrong concept, wrong ideas. But you are very fortunate because you know how to appreciate, you know how to value a religious way of life. That is why you are here. The Buddha, although he does not exist in his physical body as a person, it is not important. Tittante nibbute chapi same chitte samampana. Here are the sayings of the Buddha. Whether the Buddha exists or not, devotees who develop their faith and confidence and devotions and understanding. So in the name of the Buddha, they do some offering. They pay respect. They try to follow his teaching. So it makes no difference whether the Buddha exists or not. So we have that opportunity also to follow his footsteps. We know how to respect the Buddha. We know how to appreciate all the good qualities and the virtues of a Buddha. So now you can satisfy with your life when you compare with others. You can develop further and further. You can continue life after life until you attain your final salvation. What is this final salvation? Why do we use the word salvation? Salvation means freedom. We are not free from so many things which we don't like. We don't like to have sicknesses. We don't like to grow old. We don't like to die. We don't like to suffer. We don't like so many other things. So when we are completely free from all these things which we don't like, that is called salvation. That is called nirvana. So nirvana means freedom from all these things which we don't like. So in English we say salvation or liberation. So after attaining this salvation and liberation, we experience complete freedom and satisfaction, peace and happiness in our life. Thank you.